The Financial Survival Network, helping you to survive and thrive in the new economy. Get your free financial survival toolkit and find out where to buy gold and silver safely at great prices. Sign up at financialsurvivalnetwork.com. This is the Financial Survival Network.
1490 WGCH. This is Kerry Lutz, and you're listening to the Financial Survival Network, which is brought to you by Miles Franklin. They've been in business selling gold since 1990, and I'm a customer because when you buy, they ship. To find out more, go to milesfranklin.com or call them at 800-822-8080 and get a free quote. You are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I am here live at Freedom Fest 2012 in the scorched earth, the epicenter of the global financial collapse. And if you're thinking of buying gold, well, Andy Schechtman, who owns Miles Franklin, he's with us now to talk about it. Hey, Andy, glad we finally caught up.
Thanks, Kerry.
So how's Las Vegas? You've been putting those Krugerrands down on the pass line at the craps table? Do they know what they are?
No, I haven't put the Krugerrands down at the pass line, but I have been staying out too late, needless to say, each night. I've seen the morning come a little too quickly.
You know, that's the thing. Like, what I like best about Vegas when I come here, and I've been coming for a long time now. People laugh. I used to gamble. I don't anymore. Now it's the food and just the people watching. And there's a lot of interesting people at this conference, isn't there?
Oh, it is. It's amazing. It's funny you say that because I can be totally at peace just sitting and watching people run by and reading my emails with all the chaos going around me. I find it tranquil, actually.
Well, it's an interesting thing because if you walk down a random street in America, and I think we agree there's a global tsunami coming aimed straight at us, maybe 1 out of 100 know what's going on, and you come here, we've got thousands of people who get it, right?
Absolutely. It's like-minded individuals. It's refreshing for once.
So your business, you've been in it now, it's 23 years, and for a long time, gold was really not considered an investment. People had lost interest in it. There was always a hardcore group, but what are you finding now?
There's a much broader base now, much broader. You have a lot of young people that are interested in precious metals. We are seeing much larger individual purchases and just a greater acceptance, I think. Although I would argue still most people don't have a clue. Most of my peer group, my friends that I've known my whole life, have no interest or no understanding. Most people are waiting for the shoe to drop. Even the analysts will tell you that it's overvalued. So, I still think there's a long way to go in terms of understanding and recognition for what it really is.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I was at the Hard Assets Conference in New York, and Dennis Gartman was there saying, it's been a great bull market for gold, but it's over. And I tried to talk to Andy. I mentioned his name to Ranting Andy, and he said, don't mention his name. Don't say anything about him. So the naysayers, you think they're pursuing their own agenda, or they don't understand? Why are they naysayers?
Well, I think a lot of the naysayers are basing their opinion upon technical analysis, and I would argue that the people that are controlling the markets right now understand that so many of the decisions in the investment world are made on technical basis and technical charting and analysis, and they paint the tape. So it's kind of a game that's going on where if you only look at the valuation of something through a technical lens, you may think that the game is up.
How'd you get into this business, Andy?
Been doing it for 23 years. My father and I started the company originally. Swiss Annuities was our main thrust, and BFI Consulting in Zurich, we've worked with them for 23 years. And my father, as the public spokesman for investment rarities from 1984 through 1990, was speaking in Zurich, was approached by some gentlemen who wanted to bring Swiss Annuities to America. My dad took a leap, started Miles Franklin. 3 weeks later, asked me to come work with him. And within about 2-3 months, we realized the same person who bought Swiss Annuities bought gold. Rekindled some relationships, and 23 years later, here we are.
So what's the best thing about selling the metals to the public? What do you like best about what you're doing?
I think that I'm actually adding something to the world. I believe wholeheartedly in what I do. I sleep very well at night. I personally have been fully invested in gold for over 12 years, 100%. I believe very strongly in what I do. So does my father. We're both nearly 100% invested in gold, plus own a precious metals company, and it's a nice feeling to know that you're actually helping society a little bit, little by little.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I kind of feel the same way with what I'm doing with Financial Survival Network. And people right now, they're kind of in that phase where they're just starting to wake up, maybe a portion of the population. What's it going to take to make everybody wake up short of a full-scale collapse?
Well, the interesting thing about that is that, well, that's pretty much the way that society works, and that's why so few people ever win in investing, because they get it too late. But it's been my contention ever since late 2007, when the mint shut down 3 months early, the U.S. mint shut down 3 months early, something I'd never seen to that point. By the time the public gets it, by the time the people who have big money and have never even thought about owning gold get it, their biggest concern, aside from the escalation in the price, is going to be getting the supply, that the product's going to be impossible to come by. And so I don't know what the trigger will be for people to realize that, they need some gold and silver, but I think when it is actually on the table, when they actually do realize it, their biggest concern will be finding the product, sourcing it.
You gave a talk the other day where you were talking about supply dynamics and availability, and you said that less than 1% of your business is what you call buybacks or secondary repurchases?
That's correct. Roughly $200 million in business last year, under $1 million in sales, or buybacks, excuse me. And so that's why they say there's no bull market like a gold bull market. It speaks to your concern and to your fear. And the scarier the world gets, regardless what the price is doing, going up or going down, the world is getting scarier, arguably. And it reinforces that motivation, that fear. And so people don't want to sell back. There's no alternatives to go back into. So really, to be honest with you, the secondary market's gone. And it used to be very prevalent, and it would be much less expensive to buy coins that were a year or two old, still in mint condition, than brand new coins. That's not even an option anymore, Kerry. They're just gone.
They're just not there. That's pretty remarkable. So there is no resale market. In the 80s and the 90s, most of the supply in the market were from people looking to unload what they'd bought at the peak, at the very peak, because that's what individuals do. It was available, but now it's just not there, huh?
That's exactly right, and it's a major concern. I mean, everything you buy right now is dated 2012. You have 5 major mints out there, U.S., Canadian, South African, Austrian, and Australian. And if the supply chain is interrupted at all, like we've seen repetitively since 2007, the supply it dries up immediately. Premiums go up, delivery delays go up. Ironically enough, it seems to happen mostly when the price of gold or silver come down. When the price drops, the supply also just vanishes. And we've had a few instances in the last few years where we couldn't even accept orders or large delivery delays or higher premiums. And so I think that's just kind of a snapshot of what we see coming down the pike.
And one final question. You got a guy, average middle-class American, he's got $10,000 perhaps in the bank. What would you tell him to buy if he was looking to diversify into metals?
Silver, 100%. It's, they call it the poor man's gold. Whatever you want to call it, it's got great numbers. It's got great potential. It's the mathematical numbers when you talk about ratio, when you talk about historical averages between gold and silver of being 16-1 for almost 5,000 years. The ratios are way out of whack. The potential is fantastic. It doesn't cost a fortune. You don't get enough $10,000 and only buy about 6 ounces of gold, not even. With $10,000 in silver, however, 350 ounces, it's just a better buy.
And to find out more about Miles Franklin, where should people go?
MilesFranklin.com. Sign up for our free newsletter. 2 of them, actually. Ranting Andy Hoffman, a guest on your show all the time. Smartest guy I know. My father in the morning, Andy in the afternoon. You'll get all the information you need, and it's free. We'll earn your business. We don't just sell gold. We have offshore storage in Zurich, in Hong Kong, in Brinks, Montreal, also in North Dakota. Managed accounts in Switzerland through BFI Consulting, and lots of great information. So we're not just a coin company anymore. We're a lot more than that. And first and foremost, like to answer questions and help people learn.
Thanks so much for being on, Andy, and good luck.
Thank you, Kerry. You too, buddy.